Okay, this talk show is about how we change from product designer into game UI design. Uh, Here we have Talia and Aya. Oh, why you cannot hear? Can you guys hear me? Can you send a drop the heart if you guys can hear me clearly?
Yeah, very
Can someone
clear.
drop a heart? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's personal network. So today we have two speakers, or maybe three. I'm just a dummy here. So I think let's introduce you guys. First one is I think is Aya. Can you introduce about yourself and yes, this is just about the background.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Aya, and I'm a UI UX designer working in a serious game industry. So, I'm sure like a lot of you guys wondering what is a serious game. So basically, like all the games that you play on Steam or, um, let's say, your mobile application for fun, that's your casual game. But then for serious game, it's something that you play to learn something out of it. So typically, I create products, serious games for maybe let's say nurses or students or lecturers, in a sense where we want them to learn certain things. So it's related to adult game design, and I've like 4 years of experience with this, and in terms of medium, I've worked with AR, VR, and your typical mobile game or your web game. And yeah, like one of the VR simulation game that I designed actually won the National Healthcare Group Innovation Award. So yeah, I was pretty proud of that. Yeah, and yeah, so if you have any question regarding jumping from UI UX to serious game design, feel free to ask me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Uh, now, do anyone know about what is serious game? Do you guys know about what is serious game? It's not video game. It's a serious game. Do anyone understand about this? How say this definition? Yeah. Can you explain more about serious game? Yeah.
Sure, sure. So, for
I
example,
What is that?
yeah, maybe, for example, right? Let's say you have a problem statement. Maybe you are, okay. Let's say, right, you want to learn how to, uh, you want to learn how to speak a different language. Maybe let's say Chinese, right? And you either can like go to a class, or maybe you can play a game that actually allows you to talk to strangers, and then as you talk to strangers you gain points, and then slowly these strangers actually drops different Chinese words, and then you also learn the translation in your English words. So in a sense, right, you are playing this game, but you are also gaining some kind of learning. So it could be maybe learning a language, or let's say we are creating a solution for nurses. Maybe we want to create a solution for these nurses to how can they maybe like move an ICU unit maybe from a different ward, and then we, instead of like them like playing with the actual mannequin, maybe they can play a mobile game where they see the mannequin on the mobile application, and then they are supposed to like save this mannequin, or well, maybe instead of mannequin, maybe like an actual like person in this mobile game. Like they have to save this person, and then there's a time limit. Yeah, so then we actually use all these gamification elements like point system, time limit. This is my sister. Yeah, point system, time limits, and your badge into that. So then yeah, that is serious game essentially.
Oh, nice. So we have understand about the serious game. I think this one, this not just a product design is turning to the. It's trying to copy Duolingo and turn their product into gamification game nowadays. And it depend according to the news out. You know, guys know the site. according to the DSL, a product has changed from the static product into the gamification product has been grow about 50% of DAU users. DAU is daily active user. That's a benefit of serious game. Okay, so let's move to the another one. I think Talia is feel lonely here. So can you introduce about yourself? Yeah. Do you work on the serious game or video game industrial? Can you introduce about yourself?
Okay. Hi everyone again. I'm Talia. I have been working in UI UX design for around over 8 years already. Currently, I'm working for a studio in Singapore as a senior game UI designer. Before switching fully to game UI, I spent like around 2.5 years working as a product designer, and I focus on designing the software as a service products like mobile apps or web apps. And my first step into the game world was at Game Lab, where I have the opportunities to design game websites and game platforms. For example, Game Lab Store, Game Lab Shop, or game website of almost all of the game of Game Lab. Yeah, after
Oh, so
two
you are
years.
from Gameloft?
Yeah. After 2 years, I luckily promoted to be the game leader. I lead a talented designer who designed the game websites and game platform. And after working in GameLab for 3 years, I take further step. Like I want to dive deeper into the game UI, the in-game UI, because I wanted to be like more direct impact into the actual gameplay experience. So I joined a game team in Singapore, and I start working in game UI UX, the
Oh,
video game.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Uh,
So, you guys have
okay,
okay.
go ahead.
Let's
Sorry.
continue. I want to summarize about the background of our two speaker. Can you? You guys can read the chat. So, why I have invited this through a speaker into our talk show, because serious game and video game is maybe quite new fields for the current UX UI industrial. Uh, you all know about the Duolingo trends, gamification product and serious game product is the trending nowadays. But because in the traditional game industrial, we UX UI designer is the new role for the industrial, and many product designer has transitioned into the game UI. So why we have this trend of transition, we will move to the next question. So, what's attract you from product into the game UI by any chance, and any motivation that led you to do that? I think I can ask Aya first, because serious game is quite a how say unique. Yeah, Aya,
Yeah.
what attract you into the serious game you are?
So maybe I will add more background about myself. I actually graduated with mechanical engineering, so totally different field from design, right? And I have always been
Yeah.
so interested in technology in the space. That's why I joined engineering. So when I got this opportunity to work in, in this serious scheme, it's not just about the fact that I'm gonna be designing something that's unique, where I'm gonna be delivering value, which is to teach someone in a very engaging manner through gamification. But also the medium itself is unique because I'm designing not only like mobile games or like your desktop games, but I'm also designing for VR, and it's a whole new interactions. Like for example, when you click on a button, now no before even you click on a button, we have a new hover state where when the mouse is like nearing the button itself, you need to show that, hey, your cursor is nearing to the button, and then it is already like you have a different state. And then when your cursor is near on the button itself, then there is the hover state. Then when you click on it, then there's also a different state, right? So these kind of like nuances and something that is really new and the innovative space, I think that's what interests me in this job. But I think like even before that, I always enjoy like anything that's visual. I do painting, I do drawing. I Back then I used to watch a lot of anime. Naruto is the goal. Oh yeah. I will draw Kakashi and all that. Yeah, so I just love anime, and I think like it draws me in the design space, although I was in the engineering. Yeah, Naruto. I was in the engineering um in the field. So when I saw this opportunity, I'm like, I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So hence I jumped from that engineering space into UI UX design, and eventually in this serious game. It is a rare opportunity because most game is more on the casual and indie game. I have like a couple of friends who are like starting their own indie game, but I think I'm just fortunate enough to like stumble upon this opportunity. Yeah.
Oh yeah, nice. So okay, I think I will move to the Talia. Is it? And we can come back to both of this scenario. Okay, what is your chance about moving to from product UI to game UI? Is that for salary or any direction? Can you show me? Can you show us?
Yeah. To be honest, back to 2021 when I have moved in Game Love, the first thing is about the salary. It offers me a higher salary, to be honest. But I want to find a team where I can like confident to work with, because I know the team in Gamelog is focused on game design game websites. So I think I will switch to game website first. Then it will be like much easier for me to transition, and then I will learn about in-game UI. But actually, I was attracted by the visual appealing that the game UI bring to me. Always makes me feel excited whenever I look at it. Like the game environment, the characters, or the color scheme, and all of these elements is always make me feel excited to look at it and to design. And I realize in the long run, I never get bored to create these UI screen, because there are a lot of game style, game genres, game layouts, diverse color scheme. So it's never make me get bored, and I feel whenever I create a UI screen, it's always bring a sense of freshness for my to come up with my idea and my design. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, oh, nice. But I want to ask both of you about, so what is the trigger moment? So we want is another side. We want, yeah, I want, but I don't have a chance. So can you show your show your case, show your situation about the chance? About the chance. I want to do game UI, but I don't have any offer, or I don't have any invitation from any company. Yeah. So what is the movement trigger? How to join trigger
Have to
moments
try.
when you want to join the UI industry?
Yeah.
Yeah, Talia first. Can you show that?
Okay. So how to apply for a game company? You mean for the easier step? I think we need to repair our portfolio. Although you don't have a real game, but you can do some your personal projects. Like you can redesign some other game in the market, and you also study the game website or other games which is successful in the market. I mean, you need to show to the HR your portfolio in some potential. But of course, you will step into your. I mean, you need to find some indie studio or small game company for easier to get recruitment. Yeah, I think so. But I do believe that if your background is product design, then this will beneficial a lot when you transition from product design to game UI. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, understood. So how about Aya? What is your trigger moment?
Right. So I would say that for anyone who is looking to transition to game design, maybe whichever industry you were in. Like for example, I was in oil and gas company as a mechanical engineer, right? Transitioning into like game design. So how did I do it? So first thing, maybe we look at the product that we create as a games. Maybe we look at how about we look at our life as a game too. You know, like maybe my main quest is doing this oil and gas designing of the well, right? Maybe my side quest when I go home is to create UI, right? You know, like UI design or just for fun. Ooh, I really love maybe let's say I don't know, maybe Duolingo application UI, and I just wanna like you know, recreate it. So that is what I did back then, which is to learn about design thinking, because first before you know, like I am a UI UX designer before UI designer, meaning that I create something that answer the user needs, right? There's a reason of my creation of my design. So I learn about design thinking, how to solve a problem, how to propose, how to design solution, and of course eventually the visual itself, right? So yeah, that's what I do. I go home and like, you know, like, oh, this website looks unique, or this game looks like so fun, and I just take one
Oh,
screen,
I
just
think
one
Aya is
screen.
disconnected.
Sorry, I am I still connected?
Maybe from your network, Howard.
Mm. Yeah, I think maybe Talia, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, probably
I
it's
can hear
network
you.
then. Yeah, so it's really just about, you know, like
Yeah, yeah.
trying to like do it on your own first. You gotta learn on your own first. So there are like UI inspiration website, like UI collection website, like game interface design if I'm not wrong, or like, yeah, I can't remember what website it is. So you just take that, and then, you know, like you copy everything. And Howard has a lot of like unique resources, right, on for his Figma files. Get that and recreate it.
Mm.
Yeah, so these are the sources out there. Like, I feel like there are a lot more sources now than when I was trying to transition to game UI. So
Mm.
it is painful, but you have to go through it first, right, if you really want it. So then from this, you can create your portfolio, put together a website, and yeah, like I think like what Talia said, try to aim for
Mm.
a smaller company first. It's a small step. You can, you know, like immediately jump to a game loft. That's crazy, right? Yeah. So yeah, like all
Yeah,
this,
can believe
yeah,
it.
yeah, you have to be patient. You have to be
Yeah, I
very,
also
very
can't believe,
patient.
cannot believe
Yeah.
it. Yeah. And the product designer directly apply on the game UI position is crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing movement.
So that's why I talk to you that you would take the easy task first, like jump into the game website first. I believe it's much easier than jump directly into the in-game UI, because when you get familiar with the game elements like in game website, then you will be like faster jump into the in-game UI UX.
Yeah, okay, I understood. So, but yeah, you have a chance to take it. Yeah, you take the risk and you have successful. Uh, when the first time you think about, oh, I need to apply on the game loft, or maybe uh, I will do this project. And at that moment, what's your biggest fear about this? about the skill issue, about knowledge, about anything else? Can you share it to me? Maybe Aya first. When you receive that project about the game UI, what's your biggest fear?
Okay. I would say that I try to approach uh, my new project, especially where I have a lot of unknown, with curiosity rather than fear. So be curious. Oh, let's say I've never done like first person shooter game before. Instead of, oh my god, like what are the different UI elements? Oh yeah, how am I gonna like add in the special effect? So um instead of like facing it, approach it with fear, uh for me, I will approach it with curiosity. Oh my god, yeah, I'm gonna learn this and this. That's so fun. Yeah, so that's how I try to approach it, right? And I think what is great, if let's say you have a team of maybe developers and other individuals, like maybe special game effect people, right, that you can rely on. So with this, it also helps with that kind of mindset. Yeah. But when it comes to fear, definitely it's about
Some lagging.
on my end, is it? Okay. Are you able to, is my audio okay or is still laggy?
Oh no. Is that my internet or?
Okay, maybe. Maybe. Maybe Aya internet is kind of lagging. So yeah, can you double check it again, Aya? I will move this question to Talia instead. Yeah, you can come back later. So Talia, what is your biggest fear before you apply on the game loft? Have you think about I cannot draw, I cannot do this? Have you ever think about that?
There's a fact that to become a UI game designer, no need to know how to draw or how to painting. There's a role for drawing, which is UI artist or the artist. But for the UI designer, you don't need to draw. I mean, to do digital painting like the other artists do. So I think my biggest fear is the skills gap. You mean in product design is focused on usability and clarity, but in game UI we need to put more into like player experience, bring them emotion and immersive into the game world. So there will be a lot of technical terms that we have to learn and change UX mindset. For example, what is a gameplay loop, or what is target players, how they the player flow. I mean, how they will get to the menu and get to the inventory or the player profile to select the characters, something like that. You need to learn. So to be honest,
understood.
To be honest, I feel struggle at first, and after the 9 to 5 work, I have to learn side by side. At night, I research on internet and YouTube, because at that time AI haven't appeared yet. Yeah, there's no AI at that time, so we need to search on Google or YouTube. And one more fear is that I have to step out of my comfort zone, like switching to another domain. Always bring us some uncertainty, like whether my decision is correct, or whether I will pursue this as a professional career path in the future. Yeah, there's a tons of questions floating in my head. But when I look back, I think these fear were actually a good signal to show me that, oh, you're growing up, because if you fear something and you find the solution to solve it, then you level up. Yeah, and I think the transition became really rewarding. Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Yeah.
if I
Oh,
can interject,
understood.
yeah, if I can interject, I have a question, right? It's a question that um, I would say in always in our mind as we're designing for game UI. So, what are some of the tricks that you have found to make your game more immersive? I mean, maybe just for example, for mine is actually through audio. Yeah, I realized that by enhancing the audio, it really helps to get the user in
Mm,
the zoom, in the mood, right? Yeah, I was like, whoa, the sound.
yes.
Yeah, so that is one thing that I learned. Switching from your product design to game design.
Mm.
If you play game in silent mode, you're like but then the moment you turn on the audio, whew, like you are really in the zone. So yeah, wondering like what of like some of the realization or tricks or tips that you realize that can really helps in making your game
Uh,
immersive actually.
I think the best tip that you have to play more games.
All right.
Learn from that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, I'm not a hardcore gamer,
Mm-hmm.
but when I jump into a game, I need to put more like concentrate on the gameplay, how the player interact with the objects in the game,
Mm.
and when they interact with the objects, what happen, VFX effect, sound, or any kind of interaction needed in the game UI. Will put
Right.
more analytic in it.
Yeah.
I would sacrifice the enjoyment of playing game, but put more analytics. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree, like because as you play more games you also get inspiration, right? All of this and it helps in your uh 9 to 5 job.
That's the thing.
Also, when I asked that question, I also want to share a little bit about myself, my journey. Uh, Actually, you guys know I also start from the product designer, and I have just started the UI for 5 or 4 years ago. Yeah, maybe 4 years ago when I first received a design a game UI on the Roblox. You guys know Roblox? It's a casual game platform for kids. Yeah, for kids. And when I first received that project, the first thing I can remember is a lot of money, and I think, oh, that is scam proposal. And but the money is also big enough to let me take the risk about okay, I will try this. And I my background is finance. I can drawing. I can do traditional art and digital painting, but I have quit it from 10 years ago. I have quit drawing from 10 years ago, and I first think about when I receive this job, do I need drawing? Yeah, that's my very first question and my biggest fear. I don't want to draw because I quit drawing, so I just joined the product design. But when I received the job description, it's just about layout, it's just about a wireframe, it's about problem killing, and something is just about everything I can make in just Figma. Yeah, that question is I answer about the math mod question. Yeah, all of us is using Figma for the game UI design, and that's my journey. I think it is a big pain for everyone that attend on this talk show right now. Is do game UI designer need drawing? Yeah, the answer is no, not really. But if you know about drawing, it's your advantage. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to share more about this topic, or we will move to the most interesting part? It's about skill. What is skill? Uh, the question is about most people is wondering right now. What different skill sets from product design and game UI design? Can someone explain this about maybe Aya first?
Mm. So I would say that there's definitely additional skills that you will need. I think Talia has mentioned like some of this. One of it is basically understanding the different key terms. So for example, game loop,
Mm,
system design, and also maybe like, sorry, the level design. All of this, like, it's good for you to understand. So that's one. But I think if you ask me what is the difference between someone working as a product design and a game design, right, is that the UI that you create, it's more immersive. Like if you look at your typical mobile application, let's say Grab or any delivery application, or it's just typical thing. You look at the button, you look at the background, it's very plain. It's the most is what you have gradient, and that's about it. But then when it comes to your game design, you might think that, oh, it's just a plain background. No, it has like dot 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 dot, the texture, maybe the paper texture or whatever not.
mm,
So the attention to details for the UI, it's very very it's very minute, like to that point. Yeah.
mm,
And in terms of the skill sets for me in my current workplace, is that not only I need to know like the different terms like what I was mentioning. I also need to learn how I need to know like how to do like game UI design, but because I'm also doing client facing, so I have to know how to speak to the client, advocate for why gamification works, if let's say they were to adopt it, right? So I have to believe in the solution myself before I sell it to the client. And I think beyond that, I'm also working with 3D artists, so I need to come up with let's say the art direction, just not just for the UI, but also the art direction for the 3D assets. So let's say I'm creating a very cute solution for caregivers to learn how to take care of the elderly parents that has dementia, right? And maybe it's a city building game,
mm,
right? And then the character is very cutesy, clay style. So then I have to come up with the mood board, and then like come up with the different design using AI generated like characters, which is, I'm very very grateful for AI now. Yeah. And yeah, so these are like some of the skills that I gotta learn. Yeah.
So
nice.
this funny question: do you name your layer?
Ah.
Mm, no way.
No.
No way.
Just the first one. Just the first one. Hey. Yeah.
No, I didn't. No way.
Yeah. Just that's
We will know that on the game UI industrial, the button is not only one or two layer. A button, an artistic button maybe combine about 20 to maybe 50 layer for just one button. So yeah, I really named my layer. So you can look at the chat.
It's
uh,
true.
I will just only name my layer when I want to hands off into the developer team. Okay, so we can move on to the Talia. So what skills that you need to learn to when you want to become a game UI designer?
Uh,
Why can't you make that as this component or maybe button? What skill set?
let me. The aesthetic are always done in Figma with the
I have a
vector
tutorial.
tool. No need Photoshop, no need Adobe Illustrator.
I can go out.
Yeah,
No, that's
I
not
think
fine.
Aya just mentioned most of the important points. So I just add some some points. For example, the most very important is the game system. It's much different from product design, where we call the design system. We can use them really familiar, but in the game system you have to know more about like the hub design or progression system or inventories or skill trees, other elements, specific elements which is optimized for the game UI, which support the game UI. So this will be the game system, and the next one will be the tool. The fact that you don't have to very good at Unreal Engine or Unity, but you should be familiar with these engines because you have to work with the UI engineers. So you need to understand what kind of engine constraint limitation, so you can support the dev team to export the asset, or flexible support the dev team to optimize the game based on the engine. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
share
you also understand about how Unity work?
just a basic knowledge like the layout.
Oh yeah.
The layout. Where will you put the asset, or in some of layouts will optimize for different screen ratio, like in a desktop screen or TV screen. We need to work with these ratio also. So we have to be like familiar with the engine, and we get to know about the technical terms, so we can communicate better with the dev team.
Yeah, actually, I just want to
Okay.
add on to this point, right? So, while we don't have to use Unity, I really just want to piggyback on what Tyler said. It's really good if you at least play around with it. You know, like just follow one tutorial, YouTube videos, and just play around with the interface and what is required. You know, like how the developer are actually developing it, because then it helps you. Because as a UI game designer, you need to create the sprite sheet, right? So sometimes you send the sprite sheet and then the shadow is overlapping with the next assets. So then you gotta make sure that okay, right, you know, you gotta separate, have enough space. And then sometimes some developers they prefer to work, I don't know, maybe like each asset in like one spreadsheet, while others they want to combine the different asset in one spreadsheet. So get to know like what is their preference, get to know the best size, the frame size, right? All of this with the from the developer. So I think my motto is that wherever you work, try to be best friend with your colleague, yeah, because they will help you to make your life easier too. Yeah.
Oh, I cannot comment to the chat. I just
Okay,
post the image to illustrate you
yeah,
guys that
we see that.
all of these one will be done in Figma, not in Photoshop or any kind of drawing tool. Yeah, so for now the Figma is really powerful to do this.
Oh, nice. Oh, what a nice design, Talia. Oh, nice button also. Yeah. So I just want to ask Aya because okay, Talia has shown that her process about she needs to learn Unity to communicate better with the dev team. So well, for the serious game industry, I know that we still use Flutter, right? For the mobile app.
Yeah.
You use Flutter, you Rush, and maybe CSS and HTML. So what's yeah, do you need to learn Flutter to communicate with the dev team?
All right. So, actually, when it comes to the tech stack, right? Whether we are creating, whether we are creating the game in Flutter or Android Studio or maybe Unreal Engine even, or maybe your Unity, we first have to understand what are we creating in the first place, like what is the device that we're creating. So for example, one of our project, the product will be deployed only on iPad, right? So just iPad. So with that, then we will actually, just need to use Flutter, and that's about it, right? But then if let's say our product, right, it has a lot of After Effects, it has a lot of like very immersive serious games, then although maybe both this game is both for mobile for Android and iPhone, because eventually it's so heavy that your Flutter has limitation. We will actually fall back to Unity. So Unity is still the best when it comes to creating a serious game as well. I will send my portfolio later on in the chat, by the way. Yeah, so yeah, it's still, like, the best. Unity is still the best. Unity still win, because I think, like, Unreal Engine, it takes too much power for the devices, right? And usually we only use Unreal Engine for project that really, requires very immersive visual. That's about it. So
Mm,
let's say
yeah.
we have a project for um, 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 like some kind of showcase, where we want to encourage the exhibition visitor to appreciate and be moved uh, for the sea conservation cause. So in this experience, you are, like, manipulating the submersible, and you are to, like, do survey of the ocean, and then you see, like, some trash or whatever not, right? So we want to bring them from here, from, you know the earth, down to the sea. So that's why the audio has to
Mm,
be very on point, the visual have to be wow. So that's why we
mm,
choose, like, Unreal Engine for that project. But for all others, Unity still win the best. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. True.
Oh, quick question. Quick question. I have what about music and audio? Do you need to handle that?
Okay, for me, because
The music and the audio for game. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so for
Yeah.
me.
Question. I also want to share a little bit about myself, my journey. Uh, Actually, you guys know I also start from the product designer, and I have just started the game UI for 5 or 4 years ago. Yeah, maybe 4 years ago when I first received a design a game UI on the Roblox. You guys know Roblox? It's a casual game platform for kids. Yeah, for kids. And when I first received that project, is well, the first thing I can remember is a lot of money, and I think, oh, that is camp proposal. And but the money is also big enough to let me take the risk about, okay, I will try this. And I my background is finance. I can drawing, I can do traditional art and digital painting, but I have quit it from 10 years ago. I have quit drawing from 10 years ago. And I first think about, oh, when I receive this job, do I need drawing? Yeah, that's my very first question and my biggest fear. I don't want to draw because I quit drawing, so I just joined the product design. But when I received the job description, it's just about layout, it's just about wireframe, it's about problem killing, and something is just about everything I can make in just Figma. Yeah, that question is I answer about the math mod question. Yeah, all of us is using Figma for the game UI design, and that's my journey. I think it is a big explain for everyone that attend on this talk show right now. Is do game UI designer need drawing? Yeah, the answer is no, not really. But if you know about drawing, it's your advantage. Yeah. Okay. Do you guys want to share more about this topic, or we will move to the most interesting part? It's about skill. What is skill? Uh, the question is about most people is wondering right now. What is different skill sets from product design and game UI design? Can someone explain this about maybe Aya first?
Mm. So I would say that there's definitely additional skills that you will need. I think Talia has mentioned like some of these One of it is basically understanding the different key terms. So for example, game loop, system design, and also maybe like the level design. All of this, like, it's good for you to understand. So that's one. But I think if you ask me what is the difference between someone working as a product design and a game design, right, is that the UI that you create, it's more immersive. Like if you look at your typical mobile application, let's say Grab or any delivery application, or it's just typical thing. You look at the button, you look at the background, it's very plain. It's the most is what you have gradient, and that's about it. But then when it comes to your game design, you might think that, oh, it's just a plain background. No, it has like dot 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 dot, the texture, maybe the paper texture or whatever not. So the attention to details for the UI, it's very very it's very minute, like to that point. Yeah. And in terms of the skill sets for me in my current workplace, is that not only I need to know like the different terms like what I was mentioning. I also need to learn how I need to know like how to do like game UI design, but because I'm also doing client facing, so I have to know how to speak to the client, advocate for why gamification works, if let's say they were to adopt it, right? So I have to believe in the solution myself before I sell it to the client. And I think beyond that, I'm also working with 3D artists, so I need to come up with let's say the art direction, just not just for the UI, but also the art direction for the 3D assets. So let's say I'm creating a very cute solution for caregivers to learn how to take care of the elderly parents that has dementia, right? And maybe it's a city building game, right? And then the character is very cutesy, clay style. So then I have to come up with the mood board, and then like come up with the different design using AI generated like characters, which is, I'm very very grateful for AI now. Yeah. And yeah, so these are like some of the skills that I gotta learn. Yeah.
So this funny question: do you name your layer?
Ah.
No way. No way.
Just the first one. Just the first one. Hey. Yeah.
No, I didn't. No way.
Yeah. Just
We will know that on the game UI industrial, the button is not only one or two layer. A button, an artistic button maybe combine about 20 to maybe 50 layer for just one button. So yeah, I really named my layer. So you can look at the chat.
It's true.
I will just only name my layer when I want to hands off into the developer team. Okay, so we can move on to the Talia. So what skills that you need to learn to when you want to become a game UI designer? Why can't you make that as this component or maybe button? What skill set?
Let me the aesthetic are always done in Figma with the
I have a
vector
thought,
tool. No need Photoshop, no need Adobe Illustrator.
Can go out.
Yeah,
No,
I think Aya just mentioned most of the important points. So I just add some points. For example, the most very important is the game system. It's much different from product design, where we call the design system. We can use them really familiar, but in the game system you have to know more about like the hub design or progression system or inventories or skill trees, other elements, specific elements which is optimized for the game UI, which support the game UI. So this will be the game system. And the next one will be the tool. The fact that you don't have to very good at Unreal Engine or Unity, but you should be familiar with these engines because you have to work with the UI engineers. So you need to understand what kind of engine constraint limitation, so you can support the dev team to export the asset, or flexible support the dev team to optimize the game based on the engine. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
share
you also understand about how Unity work?
just a basic knowledge like the layout.
Oh yeah.
The layout. Where will you put the asset, or in some of layouts will optimize for different screen ratio, like in a desktop screen or TV screen. We need to work with these ratio also, so we have to be like familiar with the engine, and we get to know about the technical terms, so we can communicate better with the dev team.
Yeah, actually, I just want to
Okay.
add on to this point, right? So, while we don't have to use Unity, I really just want to piggyback on what Tyler said. It's really good if you at least play around with it. You know, like just follow one tutorial, YouTube videos, and just play around with the interface and what is required. You know, like how the developer are actually developing it, because then it helps you. Because as a UI game
Mm,
designer, you need to create the sprite sheet, right? So
mm,
sometimes you send the sprite sheet and then the shadow is overlapping with the next assets. So then you gotta make sure that okay, right, you know, you gotta separate, have enough space. And then sometimes some developers they prefer to work, I don't know, maybe like each assets in like one spreadsheet, while others they want to combine the different asset in one spreadsheet.
mm,
So get to know like what is their preference, get to know the best size, the frame size, right? All of this with the from the developer. So I think my motto is that wherever you work, try to be best friend
mm,
with your colleague, yeah, because they will help you to
mm.
make your life easier too, yeah.
Oh, I cannot comment to the chat. I just
Okay,
post the
so
image uh, to illustrate you
yeah,
guys that
we see that.
all of these one will be done in Figma, uh, not in Photoshop or any kind of drawing tool. Yeah, so for now the Figma is really powerful to do this.
Oh, nice. What a nice design, Italia. Oh, nice button also. Yeah. So I just want to ask Aya because okay, Talia has showed that her process about she needs to learn Unity to communicate better with dev team. So well, for the serious game industry, I know that we still use Flutter, right? For the mobile app.
Yeah.
You use Flutter, you Rush, and maybe CSS and HTML. So
Mm.
what's yeah, do you need to learn Flutter or to communicate with the dev team?
All right. So, actually, when it comes to the tech stack, right? Whether we are creating, whether we are creating the game in Flutter or Android Studio or maybe Unreal Engine even, or maybe your Unity, we first have to understand what are we creating in the first place, like what is the device that we're creating. So for example, one of our project, the product will be deployed only on iPad, right? So just iPad. So with that, then we will
Yeah.
actually, just need to use Flutter, and that's about it, right? But then if
Yeah.
let's say our product, right, it has a lot of After Effects, it has a lot of like very immersive serious games, then although maybe both this game is both for mobile, for Android and iPhone, because eventually it's so heavy that like your Flutter has limitation, we will actually fall back to Unity. So Unity is still the best when it comes to creating a serious game as well. I will send my portfolio later on in the chat, by the way. Yeah, so yeah, it's still, like the best. Unity is still the best. Unity still win because I think like Unreal Engine, it takes too much power for the devices, right? And usually we only use Unreal Engine for project that really, requires very immersive visual. That's about it. So let's say
Yeah.
we have a project for um, 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 like some kind of showcase where we want to encourage the exhibition visitor to appreciate and be moved uh, for the sea conservation cause. So in this experience, you are, like manipulating the submersible, and you are to, like do survey of the ocean, and then you see like some trash or whatever not, right? So we want to bring them from here, from, you know the earth, down to the sea. So that's why the audio has to be very on point, the visual have to be wow. So that's why we choose like Unreal Engine for that project. But for all others, Unity still win the best. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Oh, quick question. I have thought about music and audio. Do you need to handle that?
Okay, for me, because
The music and the audio for game. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so for
Yeah.
me,
Yeah. Go
for
ahead.
me it's because my team is small. We have one person who is dedicated to do the audio for big projects only. For big projects, he'll be doing that, and he actually has worked with like some of the exhibition and national museums in Singapore, right? So we pay him for that. But then when it comes to smaller project, then I will have to do it. So thank God for 11 Labs. I'm not sure if you guys have tried it, right? So you can actually put in your script. So if you are creating your own game right now, right, you are an indie game hacker, right, you are an indie game creator, you can use 11 Labs to just type in your script of your character and then pick the audio, and then it's actually pretty good. So that's what we do also. Yeah, and then we pick audio of effects from
Okay.
Encanto. Yeah.
And the Folia, sorry for the Talia. When you are doing the UX design, you need to take care about the audio. Just listening how the mood, how it feels, just lo-fi or maybe traditional medieval music. Do you
No,
need to take care of it?
in my team, there's a team of sound engineers, around four sound engineers who will be in charge of the sound, who will be in charge
Okay.
of the OST, the game OST, and every single sound, like a click to a button, or every single screen, there will be an engineer to do this. Yeah.
Okay, so in the big team we will have another maybe sound artist, music artist, maybe like
Music
we will
artist.
take care about the sound.
True.
Okay, understood. For my personal experience as an game UI designer, I need to listing all about the music. Just a listing about the mood. When click on hovering on the button, I need to listing about hover is maybe swing swing effect. I would type there. And click is a chop effect. Yeah, something like this. Then we also will have another sound artist, maybe music artist to hook that into maybe how to say hook it and make it become the real things. Yeah. I hope you guys can understand about the scope of UI designer. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe just
Okay, let's move up on the main question. The main topic about this day. About many people has asked about this question: the scope and the working process of the game UI designer, and what is different between them. So maybe Talia first. Can you explain about your working process from zero to the final project?
Gotcha. At the very beginning phase, you need to work very closely with your game designers to understand the gameplay, the core gameplay loop, and understand the target audience, etc.
I cannot find.
And then, if you cover the UX side also, then you will have to come up with a wireframe. But in some team, there will be a specific role for UX designer or UI designer. If you just cover UI designer, then you will get the wireframe from your members, UX designers. Once the wireframe are solid from the game designer lead, then you will come up with the hi-fi mockups, or will be done in Figma. In this space, you're gonna work very closely with your creative director, your art directors, and work close with the art team to come up with the art direction, the UI direction, the UI look and feel, the general vibe. Come up with hi-fi mockups, components, game system, the design system in this phase. And then you will move to the production phase where you can collab with the engineers to support them to test the build or prepare the asset. And next one is the polish phase, where you get the feedback from the place testing. Because in the Figma and in the real game is a much different experience, and you will find them in the test, the playing test. So the play test, so you can get the feedback from other stakeholders, other team members, and other early players, and then you will be okay. And this process will be looking.
Yeah, I understood. I have a curious question that everyone is also curious about that. Okay, while working with artists and lead concept, we will receive the lead concept about the mood, the feeling. So how would you work with the game artist to produce the UI? Do you need to listing anything that props and anything that you need to order the game artist to draw it for you?
Yeah, in most cases, the assets are not available yet, so we have to find in the internet for the placeholder images. But you have to make sure your placeholder images will match the game vibe. So you will ask the art team to draw it for you. Okay, so you have to find the placeholder. So the art team will get to know, we can draw this one to put in this screen. They will get to know about the general pictures. So it will be like close with the output that we want. Yeah.
Okay, so how you explain about your design, your layout to the dev team, or they just understand it or copy it immediately? How you handle your design?
In the Figma file, we can separate it a separated page only for depth area, for example. So every single UI screen that get approval, you will
10 o'clock should be
put
done.
this screen to the page for depth only, or label something like ready for depth, something like that. And we need to involve them in the phase where we deliver the UI mockups to our lead or our creative director. So the dev team can put more insight regard the technical constraint.
Do you need to write any UI description?
Yeah, not always. but sometimes we have to
Yeah.
put the notes beside the mock-ups, so the dev team can understand what we want for the outcome, for the output.
For
I
my
usually use.
personal is
Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, from my personal experience, I need to how to say for each sprint, I need to video call and presentation all my design for the dev team, and it's made me very exhausted. Exhausted, yeah, because I had a meeting. So if I can write every design document and design description, it could be much fit for the game UI designer. But yeah, I think it's depend on the culture of each company. Yes, yeah.
Wow.
So go ahead with your opinion, with your current process. So anything else about the job process, Talia?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry. There's some lagging in my computer. Yeah. If I would say when we involve the dev team, we have the meeting, just a short meeting um, via Discord or Slack to confirm any changes or any new thing. Then we just put a very short note. I usually use the plugin in Figma that is the sticky note. So just put a sticky note side by side with the UI. Yeah, and that's all.
Yeah, understood.
Mm.
Okay, so we have understand about how Talia work as a game UI designer on the video game industry. So what about the serious game when you need to handle everything? So what is your working process, Aya?
Yeah. So I think you know, we know the difference between, you know, your video games, right? So when it comes to serious game like what I
Yeah.
mentioned, it aims to solve a problem. So before even like we get to design, we need to understand the problem first. So typically the process, we follow the double diamond method, where we first have to do interviews with our client. So we do interviews with the, so maybe I will just give an example of a project where we create a game for um, for junior nurses, junior ICU nurses, to learn how to start, you know, managing a patient more confidently, right? Of course, you know, like you cannot get them to like go to a hospital, you know, go to the patient and then start poking the patient with like needles or those kind of thing, no, right? So we want to train them, right? So it's a training solution. So the first thing that we did is to actually visit the hospitals. So we do visiting of the client site to understand what do they do, and we do interviews, we understand their pain point, what is the problem with the current learning, right? Maybe the current learning, which is where they do body system, they feel so pressured because they're there, it's the real patient. If they make wrong decision, the patient life could be gone, right? So the first thing that we do is really visiting the client place, doing the interview, and then once that's done, we actually come back and we synthesize the problem and propose our solution. So these proposals typically is just like a deck, and it wouldn't have like a lot of bell and whistles, but once the client say yes to that, what we do next is then further deeper into each one of these. So things like, okay, what is the storyline, the narration, right? What is um, the game the progression, what is the game loop, what is the art direction. So I have to create the mood board, I have to create the like initial document on how the game loop is like, and then I will get like everyone help to come in and brainstorm, and then we decide from there, and then we propose to the client. So again, once the client say yes, then only I would start creating the Figma screen. Actually, even before the Figma screens, I will do a walkthrough of the wireframe. I think similar to like what Talia mentioned, right? So I have to do a wireframe I will do like and then using the mood board, then I will do the high fidelity design. And at the same time, while I'm doing the UI part, the developer will actually do all the logic of the game. Doing maybe there is a let's say there's a time limit functionality. Maybe there's the batch system, there's the reward system, there's like what is the game mechanics, right? So all of that, the developers will be working on it at the same time. So once the developer is done with the mechanics and I'm done with the UI, then I will hand over the UI, and then they will then apply the UI on the game itself. So while we are doing this, actually we keep in a constant communication with the client by presenting our progress, and at the same time there's always constant feedback. Yeah, so we always like test our solution at the different stage. I think someone asked about, do we do it in sprint? We don't do it in sprint, because I think sprint means that, okay, after this first sprint, the first milestone, then if there's anything at the like at the backlog, then you have to like bring it to next sprint. We do waterfall method because it's a project, right? There's a hard deadline. Yeah, so we try to accommodate feedback, but then um yeah, time is tight, always rush for the deadline. Yeah, so we always tell the client, that's a good idea, maybe we can do it for release too. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a good like funnel for our next project. I also, yeah, so once the UI has been implemented, then there's the audio coming in, and we do testing, and then the developer will do all their deployment. So that is our typical workflow. Yeah.
Okay, so just my curious is we can all understand that for the serious game UI we need to we always use the casual UI. It's just for the performance, but do you need to create some mascot character like a Duolingo, that Greenbird? Do you need to create that mascot also, or maybe someone you will create for you?
So the mascot itself, right? So
Yeah.
because if you okay, so we create when we propose UI styles, so we have, maybe let's say we have your flat design, right, which is the Duolingo. We have flat design, and we have your 3D design, like the character in 3D. So as much as possible, we try to push for 3D design, because we have 3D artists, and our 3D artist actually someone that has worked for some of like the big films like your Black Panther, right? So we try to like elude the client, hey, 3D design is the best, so I don't have to create the mascot. My 3D artist will actually create that, and I would just need to come up with the overall design requirements. So for example, the main mascot will have uh, um, a vibe of Girl Scouts, like maybe because we want the mascot to feel like, we want the player to look at the mascot as if this mascot is a leader that will lead them in this adventure. Yeah, so that's what I do. I use again, like use AI to generate some of these iterations, pass it to the 3D artist, and then they will be the one that's creating that. So I don't have to do the design of like actual, like animating the mascot, thankfully. Too much of my scope.
Okay. So we have understand about the working process. So this one is maybe more interesting question. What is different about product design and game UI design about the interface? Can you guys explain that? Maybe Talia first. What is different about it?
The differences between the product design and game UI design.
Yeah, about the interface, about the mode, about the concept, about the interface. What should we need to handle?
I see. I can say that there's some aspect that we can like differentiate between product design and game UI design. But I have a very good statement I would like to share with you guys. The product design will help the user finish the task, but meanwhile the game design will make the player to stay in the game, stay as long as.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I just remember that
Wait,
I have
I see that Talia's one has sent me a thing. Let me open it.
a slide that can differentiate, so you guys can get a visualize on the differences between product design and game UI design. Oh, loading.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this one I just put some keyword so that you guys will get to know the contracts between UI UX product or UI UX game. But the keyword for the product is the utility, and for game is the experience. And I just put some aspect like the core goal or priorities, the IUX flow, blah blah blah. Okay, we can go one by one. For example, the core goal in product design is a task driven. So the user will come to the product, for example, an app, a mobile app, and want to do a task. For example, we want to order food. Then we come to the mobile app and order food as fast as possible, finish the task as fast as possible. But in the game UI, in the game UX, we want the player to stay in the game UI as long as possible. So it will be experience driven. Regarding priority, like I just said, in product, speed and accuracy, but in game, it's really focused on the emotion and engagement with the objects in the games, with other NPC, other characters in the game. One more very easy to notice is the style. We can find that in most of the product, mobile or web app. It's really minimalist style, having a very neutral color. But in UI, UX in game, we have to be like stylize the art, artistic, and it will match the game vibe, match the game theme. For example, casual game or shooting game or survival game. It have to be matched the vibe. Yeah. And what next? Animation. Yeah. In mobile app, we just have a very slight animation. It will be functional animated, but in game it should be very impactful. For example, when we win a battle, what the effect will bring to you to bring the feeling of the players, the reward, so we can feel the satisfied. Is it juicy effect that we feel, oh, I need to go to the battle again, I want to win it, something like that. The color is also one of the things that we can notice very quickly. In mobile app, very clean, neutral, but in game, vibrant, thematic. Yeah, layout also. In game, we have various ratio, like I mentioned before. We have Nintendo, we have PC, desktop, mobile game. In TV also, or the PlayStation. So we will cover a lot of screen ratio. And the last one, how we define whether a product success. In product, it's a task completed, but in game, it's a player retained. Yeah, that's all. And I just put all of the keywords so you can find the contract very easily about the difference between. Yeah.
It's very valuable. I will learn this shit. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, so for Aya, do you agree with this? For the serious game, and anything you want to confirm about this shit?
actually
Shit.
like
No shit. Yeah.
is a good shit. Yeah, so
Thank you guys.
yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
my English is bad.
Yeah, so actually Talia has really like beautifully put together the differences between UI UX product and UI UX game. So maybe one thing that I will add on when it comes to serious games, I will say that it leans more towards the UI UX game, plus one additional factor to account for when it comes to success. It's not just about like player is retained in the game, but because the goal of the game that we create, this serious game, is for user to learn something new, right? So it means
Mm.
that the success is that when you evaluate the user with their knowledge, can they actually do it? So for example, the game about where we want to create a safe space for ICU nurses, new ICU nurses to. Oops, am I lagging again? Okay, I'm good. Am I good? Yeah. Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay. Good. Yeah. So let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say. Okay, I'm gonna pause my video for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So let's say, that game, right, where we want to train the junior nurses to, handle patient. So then the measure is not just about whether these junior nurses are actually playing the game, but also maybe like after 6 months of playing the game, do they actually feel confident handling the patient? If they do, it means that yes, the like that product has been successful. Otherwise, it means the product has failed. So yeah, I think that's maybe like an additional thing where that differentiate between like a video game and like serious game.
Oh yeah. Okay. Anything else, Aya?
Yep, that's about it.
I think you have quite laggy at the last. Can you repeat the last sentence because I have lag about that last. Yeah, that's what I cannot hear the last word.
Mm.
Can you repeat the last sentence?
Okay, essentially is that because we create a game with goal, right, of training the end users, be it to learn the language or learn how to handle patient. So when it comes to measuring success, it's not just about whether the players is retained in the game, but it's also whether the player has learned what we want to teach them.
Oh yeah, nice. So what do you think about the serious game industry for the next 5 years? Is will be another uptrend or maybe downtrend? Because we can only see that very few product, a serious game product has been successful. Like we can see that Duolingo and maybe Monkey Junior and many products that also learn from turn into the gamification, but it's not really successful enough. What do you think about this?
Yeah, it's I think that. Okay, so maybe just want to add another example. Flinch is also a habit tracking uh, application that's gamified. There's also Habitica, just to add on. Well, when it comes to the trend for serious games, I would say that when it comes to B2C product, it's very quiet. But when it comes to B2B product, it is actually like a thing. Yeah. So typically your client won't be, customers, but your client will be industries like logistic industries, maybe let's say the airlines, like how do you teach people to do marshalling to guide the aeroplanes, right? So it will be fun for them if we can gamify that. The hospitals, and maybe let's say, I don't know, finance. So I will say that in the next 5 years, the trend for gamification, it will only get stronger for the B2B market. But for B2C, I don't have like prediction. I think it's very, very unpredictable. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your sharing. Okay, I think for my personal opinion is about serious game will gonna be blooming in the next 5 years. Because people is now very tired of some clean minimal product. It's very boring. Yeah, it's clean and it is enough to use, but for the learning, it's not interesting because we can see the successfulness of Duolingo is very viral because learning is not actually learning. We are just playing while learning is very good point because people would rather I have 15 minutes. I will open a gaming app rather than open the book. Yeah, because depend on that how to say definition. Yeah, I think every product are trying to apply gamification methods in their design. And I have this book. Maybe I will share on the last of this talk show about what is the benefit of being gamification. Okay. This I think this one everyone has also this question, but I need to ask. I also need to ask you because there are so many questions on the sheet that Bo have mentioned before. Figma or Adobe Tools. Which one do you choose? Maybe yes, Talia first. Figma or Adobe?
Figma for sure.
Why? Can you explain why?
Big fan of Figma. Yeah, if I can say back to previous years, I have to combine between Figma and Photoshop because in some buttons where I put more detail, so the Photoshop will help me a lot. But now Figma is getting more and more powerful, and Figma just released the features, the powerful features, which is Figma Draw. So now we can draw the button very easy in Figma. With the features Figma Draw, we can apply all the process and apply a lot of effect and kind of tool like in the Adobe Illustrator. Yeah, you can check it out. So for now, I'm getting very in love with Figma. And not just about visual crafting. I would say one more important point that is for the collaboration with the team. Yeah, in Figma, all of the team involved can be shown in Figma, leave the feedback, or check whenever they have the internet. They can open the browser, not a heavy file like Photoshop, and we can organize the file very clean or very organized in Figma also. So we can repair a single page for the dev to hand over to the dev team. And yeah, it's really boosts the performance, not just only your personal performance, but also the whole team performance. Yep.
Okay, thank you, Salia. You have mentioned about the collaborate with the team. I also love Figma because when using Adobe, maybe Photoshop, we need to save it, and we need to write an email. Hi, dev team, I want to send you this file. Please check that. Enter, press send. On Figma, we can just add them into our workspace. Oh, yeah, my Figma. Oh, jump in. My Figma file. Yeah, let's go see that. Yeah. And when we want to work with another artist or maybe receiving feedback, we need to save it. Yeah, I need to press Command S, and sometimes we will forgot about to save it. Oh yeah, everything's boom.
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay, for Talia,
Yeah.
so which one is your chosen? Figma or Adobe?
For me. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for you,
Yeah.
Aya. Just sorry, Aya.
Definitely Figma. I think Talia has really listed down the benefit of using Figma. Maybe one thing that I would add on is the fact that in Figma you can create variables. What it means is that when you create, let's say, a button, right? And create that as a component, and then you have the different state of the button, right? Let's say, and you paste this button onto a screen, and you have like 1,000 screen, and then let's say the client say, hey, I want to change the color from, I don't know, teal to turquoise, right? Instead of like changing that 1,000 screens, we just gotta change one
True.
button.
Yeah.
Oh, lifesaver.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah, just that alone buys me to like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna drill down on Figma. So really guys, like when it comes to tools to use as a UI game designers, I would say Figma.
This tool
Okay,
is
to be
a
fair,
lifesaver.
yeah. To summarize that, and to be fair, I still using both, but I prefer Figma. I'm using Figma on most of the time because Figma also have maybe lights and some feature that not already implemented yet, and we need to also use Photoshop for some texture, or maybe we need to hand drawing something that that Photoshop can only do it. So it's just a little about the Adobe, but most of the time I only use Figma for the design. Yes, to be fair, sorry Adobe. Please ask me to do the collaboration. I will change my mind. Yeah, sorry Adobe. Okay. Okay. I think this one is people is understand about the working process from the game UI. What is different from game UI and project design? And so let's go on the the most interesting part, the money. So what is maybe I will ask Talia first. Sorry, can you tell me about your personal experience about the salary change from uh, project design to the game UI? Is it up or down? And any job? What do you think about the job opportunities on the game industry right now?
Okay. The first thing is about the salary. The fact that if you're a product designer first and you're a middle level at the product designer or a senior, then you switch into game UI. You have to start at the beginning, so you will sacrifice at the first start. Like the salary will be a little bit slower in some cases. Not in my case. Luckily, my case is higher. But later then, when you build your portfolio, you'll get very strong in the game UI skill. Then I believe that you will get a much higher salary for working on the game industry, especially for some AAA game and some famous mobile games. You can earn a lot from these kind of genres, game genre, AAA game. So try your best because I think it's worth it to spend time and invest your time to stronger your portfolio, your UI UX skills. Regarding the, I'm sorry, the second part is about the opportunity, right? I think there are more, if I have to compare with the product design, I think working in the game industry will open you a lot of opportunity nowadays. I mean, you will be less intense competition with each other, with the others. You don't have to fight with 100 designers out there for one role. You know, there are just a few game designers recently, not much, not many compared to the product designer. So you will face less intense competition. I mean, and in Asia, I had read an information from Microsoft that they informed that the domain will be developed in the next year one of them is game development. So I think there will be more opportunity for others game UI UX designer who passionate with game UI can find a proper can find the change. In Asia, especially in Vietnam, I just found that the government just posed a poster to encourage the young generation to invest to the game industry. So the government really encourage to develop in this field. So I believe in the futures we will have more opportunities for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and in my opinion on the video game industry, and depend on the mise question, Liu question, yeah, less competition because I can explain this. For 10 years ago, UX, game UI is belong to game design, and game UI is belong to the game artist. And we don't have UX UI role on the game industry for 10 years ago. And uh, we already have UX UI game UI design role for, well, it's very new on this industry. So that's why he said it's less competition because not many designers know about this. It is quite new role. Yeah, this is for Leon question. So okay, let's move to the serious game industry. Oh, what do you think about this or the salary change and job opportunities? Aya?
Yeah. So I think maybe first I will like share about how I like how was my salary when I changed from my oil and gas engineering work to UX design. I had to take a pay cut because oil and gas pays a lot, right? Yeah, and then like when it comes to like UI UX, then obviously there's a drop. But the reason why I do it is because I genuinely am someone who want to see my product being used by the end users, and I know that it solve a problem. Because when I'm designing well here in Singapore, I can't be like going to maybe, I don't know, like at the middle of the ocean where the well is like being implanted and know like like how many like liters of oils like this thing is pumping out, right? So the passion, it like it helps me in like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna take a pay cut. So I did. And then when I jumped to like this serious game, there is a pay bump. So again, like what we mentioned earlier, aim for like a smaller company first, and then slowly you like go up there. And recently I also did a career change. So what helps me to increase my pay is also being equipped with AI knowledge. I know there is like hate around AI art, AI usage for art, but then again, business is business. So and eventually we still have our 3D artists, right? It is to expedite the work, it's not to replace them actually. So that's one. And when it comes, yeah, so I think it's really about like keep like equipping yourself with more skills, honing it, and then your pay will increase. And when it comes to like the like how the industry is looking like, what I would say is that right now in different companies, if you notice, they have uh, innovation department, right? Be it like maybe
Yeah.
let's say a hospital, maybe let's say, I'm just gonna say Samsung, right? Dell, and all of this, they have innovation branch. So if you are applying to, let's say, this innovation branch, right, you may not always get to work with serious games, but you may have an opportunity because they are a space for them to like experiment with solution for the company and potentially clients. So sometimes you might be working with AI, sometimes you might be working with games. So these are something that you can
Yeah.
look into.
Okay, let me chat this question. Let me answer this question. Okay, for the serious game industry right now, I can say that as I can say, as I said before, gamification product will be dominating the product industry about 5 years ago because I have visited a hotel on the Shanghai 2 years ago. We have a robot of how to say that a robot that bring the mail to me every day, and the screen is full of gamification that when I order food, yeah, I press order food. I have received a point. You can understand the product design is just like this product is just like CM. I almost forgot that CN loyalty platform. Yeah, loyalty platform. But it's designed on the gamification that I have received a coin and I use that coin to do the gacha. It's
Yeah.
very amazing. I order how to say that food in Vietnamese? A bao? Yeah, a bao. You can search for this. I order a bunch of bao and I receive 10 coins of loyalty. And I use that 10 coins to gacha and I have received this many a souvenir. Yeah, a souvenir from that hotel. Yeah, it's maybe very interesting and I have shared this moment to to my friends and oh yeah, it's I had realized that it's a kind of the marketing. Yeah, when you make something enjoyable, enjoyable, it will be a best case study for the water pump. Yeah. So that's why I think gamification serious game will be dominating the product about 5 years. Yeah, the next 5 years. So the opportunities on this field is also open for every project designer. Yeah. Okay. I think we have talked a lot about salary, opportunity, what's process. So they are curious about how to become a game UI designer. That could be a most important question. Do you and can you share about the career roadmap about from the fresher and about something bigger on the future? Can you share about that? So Aya first for the serious game, what do you think about the career roadmap? Career roadmap.
So your question is about the career roadmap as serious game designers, right? So what's next for me? Yeah, I would say that it depends on the company, right? Because like a bigger company will give you a bigger opportunity. Like for example, Talia is leading projects, right? Leading a team. So that is an opportunity in that company. So if let's say your company is smaller, so maybe the opportunities that the roadmap for you, right, in terms of career wise, is not to it's not like to like lead a team, but rather manage the overall project from end to end, right? That's what I did, right? Initially I was just in charge of the game UI, but then now I'm also in charge of communicating with the client, creating the UI still, and also like working with the developers. Of course, with more responsibilities there's more money, right? So that's the way money come in. I think if let's say you are interested in serious games and want to, let's say, jump to like a company that's like huge and provide you opportunity, then probably that's where you would be able to see more of like managerial career path. Yeah, so I think it really depends on the company that you are in. And also, to me personally, your career road is for you to create. That's why like again, your life is a quest. So what are the tiny side quests that you want to pursue to like add into your tech stack? Yeah, I think maybe like onto Talia. May you can start hearing the audio.
Okay. First, I want to ask Aya first. About the career roadmap. Do you think that serious game UI designer can become maybe PO or PM on the industry? like the current product designer?
I think definitely because um, as a game designer, you're not just thinking about the task completion, right? You are thinking about the user emotion, the immersiveness of your solution, right? So what it means is that among all, among all roles, compared to like a typical UI UX product designer, you know what will make your users feel intense emotion, be it through the narration, be it through the visual, be it through the audio. So definitely with this, you can be a PM because you can take charge of the product, like the shape of it. But when it comes to PM, my understanding is that you need to have business knowledge. That's why you need to be able to talk to customers, and then at the same time you also need to know your some tech knowledge, your developer knowledge. So then again, you have to want to learn this space in order for you to be a PM. It is definitely not impossible. It's definitely possible.
Yeah, thank you for Aya. So let's come up to Talia. Do you think about can you game UI UI designer can become game UI design or I'm sorry, can game UI UI designer can become a game design or maybe come into uh project management or can start up his our company because he is currently a game UX UI designer? What do you think about that?
I think by any chance you can be a game producer or game product manager. You don't limit your your skills. So if you have a passion for it, so just trigger to dive deeper into it and make it happen. As a game UI designer, so back to game log time, I get promoted to be the game leader because I show to my manager that I can manage a team, not just about my UX practical skill, but also other others soft skills. So don't limit yourself. Yeah. So you can be to conclude this point, you can be whatever role. Don't limit yourself.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just want to
Okay.
add on.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just want to add on. I was a mechanical engineer. Now I'm a game designer. So, what's limiting us from, uh, changing a role that's still in the same industry? It's even more possible.
Mm. I think if you want to step up in another role, it's not just about your practical skill only, but in some case, it's about the luckiness. I mean, if this role uh, is available, I mean, for example, there's someone your leader is leaving, then if you're qualified, then you can take this role. Oh, business
Okay,
fit.
so
Oh,
for someone, yeah, for someone who doesn't like to become promoted to product management, you can do start up our company like Talia. Yeah, Talia is has our company about the game UI design. Yeah, just be like it. Just be like her.
for
Okay,
someone
so
who okay, I just want to add on for someone who don't want to be promoted, you will be promoted in another term, another role. It means expert. I mean the UI game expert, not senior.
yeah, for the
Yeah.
title. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, I understood that because I'm a super senior and super expert intern. Yeah, thanks for everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have across about every panel curious about Game UI design currently. I think we will have last 10 minutes to do the FAQ section. So can you guys drop your questions here? And I think we will choose for about 5 questions to answer about what you are curious about the industry right now. And one means for advertising, we will have a course coming all this much.
Yeah.
And Talia will open the course soon. Maybe yeah.
Okay, actually, I want
Okay.
to understand like our audience, right? So maybe you guys can type in the comment what are you guys currently doing? Like, are you guys are you guys let's say like in different industry and want to jump to game design, or are you guys studying, or maybe you're already in the game designs and want to do in-depth wondering how you guys can upgrade yourself. So maybe you guys can type in like where are you guys right now in your career, then I think we can understand our audience profile. Yeah. UI UX designer, understand the user first. Yeah.
Mm.
And of course, like at the same time, feel free to ask questions. Yeah. Oh, someone is preparing for interview. Okay, graphic designer.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yay.
Oh, many graphic designer has changed to game UI designer because the skill set is very fit. Yeah, don't worry about that. I have some interesting question on the Google Sheet that I have collected from my audience before. It's about do you use game UI system for the game UI design? Do you understand about game UI system? Yeah. Do you build that for your game UI, UX UI project, Talia or Aya?
Oh, is it like a design system? Do I create a design system for my game UI? I do, but I will create my screens and then I will collect all these UI and put together in the system, and then as my screen increase, more assets comes in, then I will increase that. Then the system will expand. So that's my workflow, because every game looks different. So, yeah, it's very ad hoc. Yeah, that's for me.
Yeah. How about you, Talia?
Definitely, I have to create the game system or the design system. The flow would be you will come up with your very first UI screen to define the general look and feel of the game, to make sure it match the game the game vibe, and then you will create the component side at the same time with creating the hi-fi mockups. So you have to create the design system alongside with create the hi-fi one by one at the same time, and then you keep developing the design system. You cannot create it at first, for sure, because you have to define the art direction first. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. I have seen the good, amazing question from where is that? Yeah, from Hangok. Yeah. UX designer or game artist is the one who decide the UI concept. I already know the answer, but I want to hear about. I think this question is fit for the Talia because it's for the video games. UX designer or game artist is the one who decide the concept.
Actually, they are different role, and if we have two different role in one team, then these two roles have to collab very closely with each other to match the general vibe. For example, the UI designer will make the layout, will define the color, define um, the the game ID. I mean, the look and feel, the vibe. Yeah, focus on the keyword. But the game artists, they will draw for example, the illustrated icons. So they have to follow our direction. Or sometimes we have to discuss very closely because we have to match with the game art as well. For example, game environment, game characters. So I would say game UI designer will define the direction of the UI, and
Okay.
the artist, the my god, the UI artist will follow it
Yeah.
and follow with the art team. Okay, yeah, they're easy to be misunderstood between these roles.
Yeah, I will contribute about that question because I can say that uh, we game UI design and game artist is quite different role. Like Taria said about that, we need to, of course, the mood and the theme of the UI. We need to follow the concept. So the game, the lead concept is the one who define the gaming feel and mood board for us, and we will work closely with the game artist, yeah, to collaborate to produce the final output about the good fit and match with the mood board are that's already defined by the lead concept. Yeah, that's yeah. Each role has its different responsibility. Yeah, so no one will decide it. If someone need to decide it will be the lead concept. Do you agree with it, Talia? Or maybe
Yeah.
your company has different culture and working process.
In my team, they are not an UI artist. I mean, the UI artist will belong to the art team, and the UI UX design will belong to the game design team. They are separate teams department. Yeah, so I mean, the UI artist will belong to the art team and work very close with the creative director, not work close with the game designer. Oh no, it still work with the game designer, but most of the time with the creative director. And I encourage to communicate with across the departments.
Okay, so for the serious game, Aya, you are the one who decide everything, right? About the
Yes.
concept, the mood board.
I decide
You will be the one.
everything. Yes, I decide everything. The art direction, the art direction for the UI, art direction for the 3D art as well. So yeah. Oh, actually, I want to
Okay,
like
so we will come the full stack game UI you design on the serious game.
Yes, yes. Actually, I want to like answer one question. Someone asked like, how are you leveraging AI, on what tools I'm using. So maybe I just
Oh
want to
yeah,
share.
that's a very good question.
Yeah. So I think especially those who are currently in school, right, in university, and like want to learn game UI, or maybe also creating your own game. Then if you can like use AI to expedite, and some of the tools that I use is definitely your maybe let's say your Claude, or ChatGPT for you to like brainstorm the overall game design. And you can also ask ChatGPT to create a mock-up. So I think like I remember Howard did a video on this, like compare, like prompting the AI, create me like this game design, and then you show like how AI isn't doing it very well. It's true. So AI still sucks. Okay, when it comes to like creating the mockup, it sucks. Okay, but you can use it to brainstorm and inspire you, but you still have to have the hard skills to create the final design. So that is what I do. I mean, that's something I will do, right? Using AI to brainstorm, and I use 11 Lab for the audio, and also there are some tools for you to like create 3D assets, but I can't remember at the top of my head. So mainly, and you can also use AI to like generate the concept. So just for direction wise, again, it is all just for you to get direction, but not replacement. Yeah. I think these are the different AI tools I use.
So for Talia, do you boycott AI or you are still using AI for your working process?
Yeah,
I think
for
because
sure.
working with the artists they are boycott AI. So do Game UI design boycott AI also?
Yeah, for sure. AIs will be part of my process. I open ChatGPT and Gemini every time, every day. At first, when you got the design document from your game designers, AI help us to summarize the key point and structures the layout so that we can come up with the wireframe very fast to confirm with our game designer, whether I understand it properly. Yeah, so it's fasten our working process really fast. And what else? In some cases where we lack of design ideas, we can also ask for the inspiration, not just inspiration for the layout, for example. So I think in nowadays we should integrate working with AI for like optimize our working process. Yeah, I think that's it. One more thing. Recently the Figma make the Figma make is really powerful. You know, we can create our personal website via Figma make with no code and publish in via just one click. So it will bring you like more high credit when you apply to other game studio. Yeah, it's a high, nice to have. I encourage you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you have built your website by Finland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love
I think we will go to the last question from Ellie. Yeah, this one is also cool. Do you need degree to work on the game UI design industry? For I think 3 of us don't have degree about gaming industry. Degree about gaming industry. So I want to hear. I will share my personal journey first. uh, for this question, I cannot give an answering question yes or not. We cannot give a question. We will share our personal experience because I'm study finance. I also use pencil, watercolor to draw. So I can say that industry on every industry we have degree is an advantage. Yeah, because we have been taught about the basic. We have know how to draw it, how to make it, and we easily to communicate with the game artist about I want this. I want this prop with the watercolor. I want this with the pencil layout and everything is about the communicate. And actually, I don't have any degree about the gaming industry. Yeah, my background is UX UI. Is a science. Yeah, computer science. Actually, I study UX UI design, but it belongs to the science degree. Yeah. So my question is, degree is an advantage, but your self learning is much more important. Just show that how you can do, and you will get hired. Yeah. And how about? I will ask Aya first.
Yeah.
What do you think about this question?
I think depends on the country that you're in, because I would say that in Singapore, they see whether they might okay, uh, I might be wrong, but they might just see whether you have a degree, and that's about it. But whether your degree relates to design, it doesn't matter, because what is more important, number one thing, is your portfolio, which is something that I don't have. Yeah, so they will judge your portfolio more than your education, actually. Yeah, so if your portfolio is great, then that's it. But even if, let's say, you have like a degree in design, but it doesn't show in your portfolio that you are able to use your skills in your portfolio, treat your portfolio as the product itself, right? Yeah. In fact, you can make your portfolio fun. Maybe you hover on like a few elements, you change into like a worm, another element, butterfly, or transformation. Yeah, so uh, definitely portfolio over degree.
Okay, so for your Aya is you think that portfolio is over degree, but do you think about having degree is a useless thing?
I would say
Sorry for the hard question.
no, 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 no. Uh, I personally enjoy my university time because I have friends. I have, like I enjoy my hang out with my friends, and also it opens up opportunity because like working at major studio, um, it was an opportunity because my friend has a mutual friend, with the boss. And then that friend, connects me with the boss, and then I got the interview. Actually my boss was that boss was like, hey, can we have a chat? Okay, so it was just a chat. I thought it's a chat, it becomes an interview, like what? Yeah, so I would say you can still go to university, because and then during that university is where you might want to grow your network, and then it become useful. Then your degree will be useful, not because of the knowledge it give you, but it's because of the network that it give you.
Okay, understood. So, how are you for the video game industry, Talia?
Yeah.
What do you think about this question?
Totally agree with Aya that the portfolio is over the degree. Actually, I didn't take the game course in the internet or in the university. My major in university is teaching. Yeah, but I switched to product design, then game UI designer, without getting a game related degree. So you guys can boost your portfolio, develop your portfolio. As my experience when I get interviewed with a lot of game studio, they don't care pretty much about the degree. Yeah, they care much about the portfolio, what you can do for their games, what projects that you have been working on, something like that.
Yeah, so to summarize that,